पिछले कुछ सालों में हमने एक चीज़ का नाम बार बार सुना है या इस बात पे चर्चा कुछ दिनों में फिर से शुरू हो जाती है। जी हाँ, मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मेंटल हेल्थ की, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य। सुनने में जितना आसान शब्द लग रहा है उतना ही है नहीं। आज भी हमारी सोसाइटी के कुछ लोग इस चीज़ के एग्जिस्ट करने पे सवाल उठाते हैं, लेकिन सच तो यही है कि हम, आप या फिर हमारे बड़े बुजुर्ग, अनुभवी लोग और ज़्यादातर लोग इसके बारे में कुछ नहीं जानते। अरे पढ़ ले, एग्ज़ाम है, देर से नहीं हो पाएगा, तूने बेकार ही बीटेक में एडमिशन ले लिया, भाई तेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता, तेरे से बात ही नहीं करनी। ये सवाल शायद हर कोई कभी ना कभी अपनी ज़िंदगी में सुनता ही है। कभी घर वालों की तरफ से पढ़ाई का प्रेशर, कभी दोस्तों को आपको ना समझ पाने का दुख, कभी घर से दूर होने का दुख। ये सब एक स्टूडेंट की ज़िंदगी में बहुत आम चीज़ें हैं। मैं से कुछ लोग होते हैं जिन पे इन सवालों का कोई असर नहीं पड़ता, पर कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनको इन सवालों का बहुत असर पड़ता है। सोचने लगते हैं कहीं ना कहीं हमारी ही गलती है और 10 सवाल अपने ऊपर और खड़े कर लेते हैं। ऐसा करने की जगह हम प्रॉब्लम्स को दूर करने की जगह खुद को धीरे धीरे अकेले कर लेते हैं। हम अच्छा सोचना ही भूल जाते हैं। क्या हुआ अगर एग्जाम्स में कम मार्क्स आए? अभी रोते रहेंगे तो आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे? आगे भी तो अच्छे मार्क्स लाने हैं। ठीक है, आज लोग साथ नहीं दे रहे, पर ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कभी कोई साथ नहीं देगा। जब हम खुद सही होंगे तो लोग अपने आप साथ देंगे। फिर बात आती है घर की याद की, घर के उस सुकून की जो घर पे ही मिलता है। सुकून घर में नहीं, सुकून हमारी सोच में है।
In community, mental health problems are being more stigmatized. People feel uncomfortable about accepting and getting it expressed before others that if they are mentally not feeling relaxed, they feel that people will call them mentally upset or having a person with mental illness. They avoid seeking treatment or intervention. During COVID time period, people often felt more alone and got more hopeless about their future. Right? That's why they developed more of problems associated with anxiety-related disorders. Means feeling insecure about future, feeling uncertain about their lives and illness and outcome and prognosis of the illness, and what about their studies and how will it impact their choice of selecting a job or possibility of having a job with respect to marks they will score during that period. Basically, students are more confident about their choices for career. As I told you, during these 3 years, I noticed that during pandemic and on returning from home after pandemic, students have a lot of, I can say that, insecurity about if they will be able to score that much or if they will be able to have a good job. And also I got some issues associated with separation anxiety, means staying at home for 1.5 years and more, and then coming back to their study with a fear that if something will happen to them or their family at home, and they won't be available for them to protect them from any kind of disaster or any ill health issues. This has created some kind of can say fear in them about staying alone or staying away from family.
Okay, ma'am. What is the different stages of mental illness and different types of patients you have noticed throughout your whole career?
I can't say that there is anything kind different stages of mental illness. We can just divide it into 2 categories. Either our population can be clinical or it can be subclinical. Right? Means if the issue bothering a person requires no significant medication or continuous intense therapy sessions when the person is under the subclinical population, means they are facing some stress in their day-to-day lives, but somehow, someway they are able to manage it, and it is not impacting their occupational and psychological well-being. Means none of the sufferers get impacted negatively by the level of stress they are suffering through. On the other side, in clinical population, the person do have impairments in their functioning related to their work output, academics, their relationships, and their own psychological well-being and overall health. Right? In that case, medication becomes much more important, otherwise which is not required. You can manage your stress levels by physical activities and by routine counseling sessions for your doubts or for your dilemmas. But in case of clinical population, we have to accompany psychotherapy along with medical intervention, because the chemical level that got disturbed is beyond some normal limits. It will not recover itself without medicine. It won't recover with yoga only, or it won't recover with counseling only. We have to go through multi-dimensional approach to treat that particular disorder.
That's helpful, ma'am. Ma'am, how this mental illness can lead to suicide?
If it remains untreated, and the impulsivity of person, means there is a trait in us or in every individual which is called impulsivity, means acting out at a spur of moment when you face some kind of stress, right? And second, it is accompanied by feeling of hopelessness and worthlessness and helplessness. If you are impulsive in nature and you feel that things are beyond your control, nothing can be done, you are not praised by somebody, or none of the person in your life wants you, at that time, risk of suicide increases.
Okay, ma'am. How come friends, mentor, teacher help these depressed people?
Just talking to them about their concerns. Usually what happens that when anybody comes to us with some kind of emotional pain, usual pattern any friend or a teacher or any mentor follow is that they start saying that keep some patience, keep some energy in you, do some this, and this happens to everybody. This will happen a number of times in your life. You are overestimating the danger, you are overestimating your worthlessness, and you are paying an unnecessary attention to all these symptoms. That's why you are getting bothered. Means in one way or another, what usually happens is that we start blaming the person for choosing a wrong choice, right? It isn't that. Person who is feeling sad and feeling suicidal is not choosing it because of his or her choice. He is perceiving, means he's feeling that this is the only solution that can be best, that he felt best for overcoming that particular pain. Right? Rather saying these things to the person, we should change our sentences in a way that we are here to listen you. Tell us what is happening, what thoughts are going inside you, how can we help you, right? And when person starts speaking up about his or her problem, then use to paraphrase and find out emotional words that can make him feel that the person is actually empathizing me, not sympathizing me. At that time, you don't know what is the level of intensity and the pain the person is having. Right? You are saying that it happens with everybody. Yeah, it happens with everybody. But at that particular moment, this is happening to that person only. From his or her viewpoint, he will say that you can't understand me, what I am feeling. Right? So let him feel that you can feel what the person is feeling. Through what he is passing through, or the level of pain, by using some words that can better or best reflect his or her emotional state. Right? As I told you on that day, instead of saying that you should control yourself, you can say that you can cry. It's okay to cry, feel comfortable. Tell me what type of thoughts are coming to you, right? When suppose a person said that I am feeling suicidal, yeah, it's okay to feel suicidal in such a condition, because pain in this kind of situation is very intense. But not to worry, we are with you. I am here for you. I will stay with you. You can contact me when you feel lonely. These types of sentences can help him to figure out that he's not alone in his problem. Somebody is there to at least listen him or her and can possibly give the person an emotional support which is actually absent since long. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Last question. How college or hostel environment play a role in mental health?
Creating awareness, letting people accept the emotional issues they are suffering through. Means if I'm anxious by nature, if I'm stubborn by nature, if I'm negative by nature, then we should inculcate the values that can help the person to develop positive aspect of his or her personality, right? By talking to person and letting him aware about what are the limitations the person has, but in a positive sense, right? Suppose one of our friend is very aggressive in nature.
Yes, ma'am.
We can advise him to seek counseling, but not in direct threatening way. We can form a sentence in which we can say that you can have some opinion from counselors on this topic. We are not saying that you are getting aggressive on that topic. It is that situation is like this, which needs to be discussed with a counselor.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes,
and as I told you, creating awareness, removing stigma by creating awareness.
Yes, ma'am.
And more and more availability of counseling services or emotional support staff and between faculty staff and students.
Okay, ma'am. That was very helpful, ma'am. On the behalf of teams Savita and SLIET, I would like to thank you for giving us your precious time. Thank you, ma'am. And
thank you.
Hope you have a nice day, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
प्लीज ऐसे लोगों से बातें करिए, इन्हें जरूरत है आपकी और आपसे ज्यादा इनको जरूरत है खुद की।